something that I can actually work with. I don't really focus on, the street side, or, if they have street things going on, because you can always clean up images and work around it. But everyone needs a team. So whether they street, industry, this, that, it really doesn't matter.
That sounds good. I mean, have you ever turned down an artist for being too gangster?
Nah, nah.
Okay.
Sometimes it's good, you know. Yeah, sometimes it's good. It's nah. You can be as gangster as you want to be. It's just, is you have to figure out where you fit in and how to help, or how to stay out of the drama. Because I mean, you could be a PR manager, marketing, or whatever for a client, and never get involved in their personal issues. You know what I mean? Personal street beefs you don't have to get involved with. Just make sure that you're not in the car with them. When they go in certain places or
You're
doing
not
certain things.
okay. That sounds good. We're live. Like I said, we got a lot of friends. Broadcast Houston does. We got OG, A&R to the streets and everything. Mr. Atlantic Damon, how you doing? Let them know who you are and where they can find you.
What up, y'all? What up, y'all? Mr. Landon Diamond, Mr. School Takeover. I just got through doing DJ in the school, so just trying to keep the Houston culture forward. Just try to play at least 10 to 15 Houston artists every event I do. So I try to DJ like 5, 6 times a week. Still going to radio. Like Big King said, when we first started with Big King, we went to like city to city, station to station, state to state. Breaking records. Like we went, like I want to say we went to 26 different radio stations, and like it's funny. Like he back on probably like 100 some radio stations. Now he like, man, some of the people still that we was doing in 2009 are there still on that thing.
For sure. Yeah. You see what Big King is today. We have
Right.
somebody else, another A&R. Eden, how you doing? Can you hear us?
I'm doing well. How's everybody doing today?
Man, it's good. Bless us with your presence. I appreciate everybody coming through. Let them know what you do and where they can find you.
My name is Eden Green. I'm CEO of the Starting Lineup, which is a 360 consulting company. We cover artist development, branding and marketing, media PR, publicity, business management, and operations as well. And you can find me at Eden IZ Paradise on all media platforms.
That sounds good. Everybody, if you're not talking, go ahead and mute your microphone. We got a little reverb. I think that's gonna be real good. So we got another artist, Killer D. Before we keep introducing people, we're gonna keep bringing people through the whole session. But I kind of want to get back into it. Like Mr. Atlantic Damon said, he does a lot with Houston artists, and we didn't let Diamond White speak. So Diamond White, as a female rapper, like Megan Thee Stallion got shot in the foot. We got a Mo3 kill, King Von kill, BG Kenny Lou kill, OTB Fast Lane manager Peanut killed, EMG Santana killed, Marley G from Rap A Lot killed. And I want to say, oh, this is like in the last 2 years. I know I probably missed some, unfortunately. But in 2020, as a female rapper, how do you feel? Do you feel safe doing shows and going out about and telling people, I'm here and come meet me? And how does that security work in 2020?
I feel safe because I don't go anywhere without security. But honestly, if I could just be real,
Yes,
a
please
lot
be real.
of, it's one thing for you to be in a situation, somebody's running up on you, robbing you, people you don't know. A lot of times people that are performers, they have security and stuff because they're worried about the people they don't know. You know what I'm saying? But a lot of these people are in situations that are kind of self-inflicting because, you have to be careful what you put out in the world, because if you live by that, a lot of times you die by that. So, a lot of the people that you named had situations where they were beefing with people. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Well, I feel comfortable because I don't go anywhere without security, but I'm also not beefing with anybody.
That's true.
I'm not out here, turning up when I see somebody, oh, it's on site. when I catch this, it's on site. You know, I'm not doing all of that. You know what I mean?
Okay, so in the same breath, Megan really doesn't make music like that either.
Mm-hmm.
She was a victim of being shot this year. What are your thoughts on that?
You want my honest opinion?
Yes, ma'am.
Oh,
It's a transparent, open forum discussion. So I want everybody to keep 100% real on Broadcast Houston.
I am a female, and so I'm always in support of women and bigging women up. But I'm a strong believer in telling women when they are wrong too, because again, a lot of these situations are self-inflicting. Like, you are at a party, you are belligerently drunk, sleeping with the same man your best friend is sleeping with. Like you said, we keeping it real, so we keeping it real.
Okay.
So now you're sleeping with the same man that your friend is sleeping with, that you said that you wasn't sleeping with, that she was sleeping with first. The gun went off because somebody else was arguing about the gun and you got grazed with it. But it wasn't a situation where the dude was trying to just flat out shoot her. But
Okay.
that situation happened it was more of an accident type of a situation. It wasn't necessarily like violence and beef, and that was a situation really between her and her friend. But that's where women, we got to start holding ourselves accountable. Stop fucking these men. You can't have fuck buddies and then catch feelings. You
Okay.
have to stay in your lane. If you decide that is what you want to be, you not this man's girl. But then if he's sleeping with somebody else, you can't get in your feelings. You got to keep it G about that. Let's just keep it 100. Like, we can't do that. You can't get mad if you're going to subject yourself to be someone's homie, then be the homie.
Okay. So it seems like dudes, they beefing, you know what I mean? With the females, things get emotional and shots can get fired and everything. Okay, so I can only hold 10 people in here at a time. I did let Khalil, we did let you talk. Got somebody else trying to get in. If we have some time, we're gonna bring you back in. But while I do that, I want to go to Eden, another female in the room. How do you feel about Diamond White's comments? Okay, can you hear us? You there, Eden?
Sorry, I was still on mute.
Okay, you're good. You're good. Yeah. So did you hear Diamond?
Yeah, no,
Did you hear Diamond's comments?
I did.
Okay.
I did hear Diamond's comments, and I really think it's just all about how you carry yourself in the industry, especially as a female in the industry. You definitely have to carry yourself in a certain light. Everybody makes their own decisions. Some things are avoidable, some things are not. At the end of the day, you can be in like the best neighborhoods and be a lawyer and still get raised and shot. So I really don't think it has anything to do with, oh, if you're a rapper, it's your lifestyle, so your life is at risk. Like, I definitely don't think that at all. It's just really how you carry yourself. Are you an asset or liability? So that's just really what it is.
Assets and liabilities. So make sure you do more than you put out. I haven't talked to I'm not sure if Too Deep is still. I'm still going for Too Deep to come through. I think we got Big Cuz trying to get in right now. Besides, we didn't hear from you. Yeah.
I'm still here. I'm about to walk out of the store.
Okay. Go ahead. No, we got time. As far as rappers beefing, you see what I'm saying? And sometimes that makes views go up. Sometimes that puts you in the public limelight. You might end up selling more records doing that. Because you're on the PR and management side of things. What do you tell artists that want to choose that route? Pac, Biggie did it. 50 Cent did it. Look where they are.
Well, my personally dealing with several artists I've had, or I deal with it's kind of like what he said. You bring what you speak on, or how you carry yourself. But personally, like, I don't believe in selling beef to sell records, because I mean, like you just said, Biggie and Pac, they did it, but they're both dead. Like, the ultimate goal is to be successful and put your family in a position to live off you. Like all the rappers that we're speaking about, they're all gone. Their catalogs took off, but they're gone.
Yeah.
So I don't really condone it myself. I don't
Well,
tell
let's
my
keep
artists
it
to do
real.
it.
I like what Diamond White did for us. Like verbatim, I'm an artist. I'm coming to you right now. I'm hot in these streets. I rap about murder and killing, and I beef with this one and that one. I'm gonna run up to 100,000 views. I'm gonna make me some money, and I'm gonna make you some money. Are you taking me?
I'm a pass because I want them to live.
And I'm gonna go do that with them over there. I mean, what do you tell me?
I mean, you can do it. I want you to live and be successful. I want you to, you can still rap about it. At the end of the day, the problem is that the streets have become more than what the rap game was. It's 10% rap, but the streets is involved. So you have to live by what you talk about. At the end of the day, if you talk about you carry a stick, you want to have that stick because, like I believe one of the guys said, they're going to check you. They're going to test you. You're going to go to a city where somebody's going to check you. They're going to test and see if you're really about dumping the stick. And if you're not, then what do you do? You're gonna have to have bodyguards. You're gonna have a crash dummy with you. You're gonna have to do like you. The rap game is no longer just an entertainment game. It's really the streets tied into it. So if you really be in street and you really talking about it,
Okay, for sure, for sure. I was about to go to I didn't lose you. So, Mr. Atlantic Damon, you've been in this game for a good little minute. You've probably seen this a couple times over. What do you have to say for us in 2020? Is this a recurring thing from Pac and Biggie and 50 getting shot and ending Ja Rule's career? Will it ever stop, or is this a necessary evil?
Hold on.
Oh, did we just lose him? I think we just lost him. Let me we got Big Cuz in the building as well. Shout out Big Cuz. We're gonna talk to you real quick, but I haven't talked to Killer D yet. From an artist standpoint, the same question that I posed to Damon, because you've been in the game for a little while as well. You were at our award show a while back. From a street point of view, a rapper's point of view, is it a necessary evil to beef and make these type of records? And is it just a recurring thing that's never gonna stop, or can it actually be stopped?
I personally think that it can be stopped, because it's like different things for different cities and different states. And I agree with the A&R, you know what I'm saying? And you really gotta be about that life, you know what I'm saying? Wherever you go, if you portray, that street life.
Okay. And
And
if you don't rap about, let's say you Talib Kweli Mos Def, do you still have to move that way or be cautious to move that way in 2020?
personally, you don't. I mean, I'm not saying that, you can't be freely and rap about, what you want to rap about, but man, it's pros and cons to it. If you're gonna rap about that street life, you gotta be about it. And if not, then honestly, I would personally just stay in my own lane. That's what I would do.
Okay, that's what's up. Let's talk to Big Cuz real quick. Big Cuz, before you answer, let us know what you got going on or where we can find you. But Big Cuz definitely is mixed down Mo 3, probably recorded Fast Lane. I think you were in the studio when Peanut, OTB Fast Lane manager, the day he caught a stray, wasn't even meant for him, really street level. And we want you to be 100% real. What do you see? Can this be stopped? Is there a way to slow it down, or is this a necessary evil? Make sure you unmute.
Okay, can you hear me now?
Yeah.
All right. Unfortunately, because of the nature of hip hop, a lot of these guys, they come from, you know, certain areas and certain backgrounds, before they see success in music, and sometimes that same life follows them into, where they're trying to go. Because it's not necessarily like, I don't think it's so much the content, because if you look at someone like Lil Tecca, who has the same content as all these other rappers, but will be open and tell you, I'm not really about that life. I don't have cars, I don't have the girls, I'm a kid, I go to school, I don't have no guns, but I rap about all that stuff in my music because it's entertainment. I think that where it gets dangerous is because of the lives that some of these dudes live outside of the music. Like that was the situation with Mo3. Like even though he was a very successful artist, and had a bunch of money, had a bunch of shows, a bunch of fans, had everything. Um, the lifestyle he was living before his success still followed him into the success. So I don't think it's always just about the content of the music and how you hear it. Sometimes it's just that life catches up to you. I think with King Von, that was more of a situation of because he was the aggressor in the situation, and I felt like the shooter was more in self-defense. So that's a different situation where he was the aggressor, and that like situation was caused because of him, honestly. Um, but yeah, I don't think that a lot of the times the artists are the ones that are like actively like trying to be in these situations. Sometimes this is just life. This is just where they at.
That's real. That's real. That's from someone that's been in the studio with Mo3 and different things like that. Too Deep, are you there? Can you talk?
I know Too Deep got
Uh,
something to say.
yeah, unmute if you can. If not, I have another question for Cuz. Well, until Too Deep comes in, Cuz um like Peanut, right? Like it wasn't
Mm,
meant for him. Wrong place, wrong time. How do you
right.
move? How do you make sure you are not moving with the wrong people in the wrong territory? Or what do you do? Do you fact check artists before you go to a show with them, or if you're in the studio with them, or do you hear artists talk about things like that?
Man, I'm not gonna lie to you. I was in the studio the other day. I'm not gonna say where I was at or who I was with, but they was plotting something that I was very uncomfortable with.
Oh,
So I had to get up out there. Uh, but yeah, it be like that sometimes, man. But I don't know, man. Like I take it as just like, unfortunately, it comes with the territory. If you're gonna be in the game, that comes with it. So I, as an engineer and a producer, know that sometimes if I'm in these rooms with some of these people, it can be dangerous standing next to somebody. It's unfortunately it comes with the territory. So we just try to move a little different and be more careful with how we move. So like just for an example, like after Nut Dive, I stopped going to the shows and stuff. Like you remember me, I was at everything.
yeah,
And
you
like after
and I was
that,
there
it was
too. Yeah.
exactly. So it's like after that, I may not be able to go hit all these open mics. I might not go over there because I don't know what the situation is. And especially like at that time, like I was really like in the mix with Fast Lane. Like people know when Fast Lane pull up, more than likely I'm there. So it's like, you know, because it was a straight bullet, we don't know what the situation was at the time and everything. Like nobody knew what was still going on the streets. So it was
Yeah.
like, man, if I'm not involved in it, I probably want to, move a little different, move a little carefully, you know. But unfortunately, like I said, it comes with territory, man. Like,
I'm gonna
but
open up a open forum.
I'm ready
You
when
go
you're
too
ready,
deep,
bro.
too deep, too deep.
I'm ready
Okay,
when you're ready.
so can you hear what we're talking about at
Yeah, I
this
can hear
point
you.
in time? So just give us some clarification. And OG, you seen it for a long time, probably even when Pac and Biggie was here. Is this a necessary evil, or is this something that you think can be learned and kind of at least slowed down a little bit?
Well, here's the thing that a lot of people don't understand. Gangster life and entertainment have almost always been intertwined since way before there was a such thing called rap. If you go back to the 20s, to the Cotton Club, they was all the entertainers were being hired by gangsters. All the entertainers were being represented by gangsters. Sam Cooke was represented by gangsters.
Of course,
So so
mafia actually.
gang but it's still gangster life. However you arrange it, whether it's mafia, whether it's the cartels, whether it's Bloods and Crips, it's still gangster life. It's still and my point in that is to say that there's gonna be a certain amount of that no matter what goes on.
Okay.
How much that infects your life determines
Oh, you're kind of breaking up.
how you but she puts herself in certain environments where gangster stuff can happen. And beyond that, I think it's a lot in what you say. The word spelling is very powerful. Whatever you say you're about, I've been saying this since I was a kid. You're eventually gonna be put in a situation where you got to display that. So you look at a person like Too Short. He said in an interview, when I do shows, there's mainly pimps and prostitutes at my shows because of what I talk about.
That's what he talks
Now,
about.
now if you look at a person like B King, B King is girls and cucumbers.
Strippers, yeah.
So you look at Toby. What goes on with Toby and his show type of environment? The only issue you've ever seen with Toby is chicks in his DM and his wife ain't having it. That's all you see. But then you look at these other people, and another thing about it is we got to put the onus on the audience to a degree, and I'm gonna tell you why.
Okay.
Because Mo3 got killed, Young Von got killed within 1 week. Everybody was, man, the violence needs to stop and this and that. But then you go watch the Gucci and Jeezy verses, and if you look in the comments, you seeing the people talking about, oh, Jeezy need to shoot Gucci because he just did that song and blah 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 and this and that. Now on the one hand, you saying take the violence out and why is rap the only genre, but at the same time you egging it on, you perpetuating it. So you gotta pick a side and ride with whatever side you pick. If you pick that street life side, know it's something that come with that. If you pick the more pop, the more blander side of life, there's something that comes with that too. And you got to decide for yourself which one is more important to you. Are you so concerned about the streets considering you real? Is that why you got into entertainment, or did you get in? I know when I got into music, I did not get into music to dodge bullets. I was already doing that. If I wanted to do that, I'd have stayed doing what I was doing. I got out of that because I didn't want to do that. So I'm not finna come in here carrying no turntable while everybody else carrying pistols. If that's the life that you on, I'm fine with that, but I'm not gonna be around you. I'm gonna let you have that. You can go way, way, way over there with that. But the problem with a lot of these dudes is they are surrounded by people who don't have the right mindset. I'm gonna use this example and then I'm gonna let you go to the next person. I'm dealing with this artist, young dude out of Fifth Ward. I ain't gonna say his name. We sitting somewhere, a pistol fall out his pocket. And I'm like, bro, you a rapper. What is you doing? You know, what's this here, man? You don't really know, OG, because you wasn't really in that street life, so you don't really know. You can't really do this music stuff and have like a 9 to 5. The first thing I did is I said, I appreciate the compliment, because the fact that you can't see street life in me just shows the progress I've made, because I bought my DJ equipment with street money. That's what you don't know. So the second thing is this. You're thinking like a dude that's still wearing platinum FUBU, because the difference between me and you is I'm pre-Google, bro. I'm pre-YouTube. I'm a mentor. I'm before you could say, get on YouTube and type in, hey, you got 80,000 followers on your Instagram. How can you make money using your Instagram? You ain't doing none of that because you hanging around people who think the only answer is jugging. The only answer is robbing. The only answer is selling drugs. And in one time, that might have been the case. But in 2020, it's so many ways to make money. They got nothing to do with street life. Now it's a matter of which one is more important to you. Are you trying to keep this image around your people that might get you killed, or are you trying to be successful?
I got you.
If you're trying to be successful, we can rock all day long. But if you trying to keep the streets definition of keeping it real, I ain't trying to be real to nobody that's trying to die. The people that you sitting up here trying to keep it real for ain't got shit to lose. Nothing. They ain't got no career. They ain't got no career popping for themselves. A lot of them ain't got no good family life. A lot of them ain't got a pot or a window. They ain't got a pot to piss in and window to throw it out of. They couldn't show you $20,000 in an investment nowhere to save their life. And these the people who you trying to keep it real with. Damn them people. Let them people think whatever they want and you do for your family.
Let me go to the artist real quick. Let me go to the artist, and then I want to go to the PR. Based on what Too Deep said, a lot of good insight. Love that. Love it. He probably going to be on all of it. he loves it. He's a firecracker, and we love that, and we need that, and that's what we want in Broadcast Houston. To the artist, and I'm not sure where you all are in your particular careers or what percentage of your life that is paying for at this point in time, but if you have or whatever step you are in right now, at what point is it this what I was and this who I was pre-music? I've started to sell some merch, do some shows, get a little financing for the music. At what point do you change up your surroundings or even let the people that were probably there with you before that probably don't have the music knowledge per se, and start to get with a PR or a mentor or someone like that to say, hey, you need to move like this, and then listen to them, because application is about the same thing as actually listening and having the information.
I
Any of
tell
the artists.
I tell artists all the time, man, it's like this with me. You got to decide where you want to be, and from there you decide the company you keep. And if your people are not willing to grow with you, you got to lead them where they at. Snoop Dogg said that perfectly. You're trying to go up the scale, and to deal with some of these people, you got to go down, and you can't go down because going down means losing and losing success. So if your people are not willing to grow with you, you have to lead them where they at. There's plenty of partners I got that's still in the hood, and we rocking, we cool and everything. We not going to no club together, because I know if I go to the club with them, I know what's gonna end up happening. They're gonna run into somebody they done robbed. That dude gonna want to pull that strap. They gonna come try to include me in the situation that I didn't get paid off of, don't know nothing about, and I can end up losing everything, including my life, for somebody who ain't got shit to lose.
I got you.
can't have it.
Let's go. Let's go to. I want to hear from, like, first I want to hear from Diamond White or Eden, and then we're gonna go to the rappers on what Too Deep just said. Do you agree or disagree?
I definitely agree. You definitely have to separate yourself from the bullshit. Like, there's no way to differentiate it. Now, coming from a PR perspective and retrospect, the last thing that I want to do is spend my time having to clean up some BS that he could have controlled on his own or her own cognizance. You know what I mean? Like, that's not what I want to do. And that also leads into, oh, Eden, how come you don't work with everybody or certain people? It's not that I only work with a certain tier of people, a certain type of artist. I really watch artists and people and their craft, whether they're in music or whatever avenue that they would be wanting my assistance in, as far as the PR aspect. Like, that's stuff that I look for. How do you carry yourself in public when I'm not there? Are you a hot firecracker? Like, do I really need to be like, oh my God, he's gonna go out to the club? Like, what is he gonna do? Am I gonna wake up to some tabloid and they're just out there, free fucking in some type of polygamous type situation out in the public or out in the streets? Like, that, those are all liabilities. And like anything, and a lot of people and artists especially that I've noticed in Houston streets especially will wonder how come, or people are like, man, they got songs that are popping, how come ain't nobody picking up, how come because you have to look at artists, management, and talents, and just onlookers need to really look at the picture greater than Houston, greater than the field that you're in, and look at it from a nationwide aspect, from a corporate aspect. What are you going to be bringing? How am I going to be making money off of you or losing money off of you? How are you going to represent my brand? How are you representing my company? Is it going to make sense for me to represent you or sign you as a label, as a major label, and you have I know you street and I'm glad that you real, but I don't want this. Do I want you out there with my name on you, repping my shit, knowing that you're a red flag everywhere you go? And 9 times out of 10, that's really what holds a lot of very talented artists back, who do have the hustle, who do have great talent and music. They might have a team, but at the end of the day, it's like, what do you bring into the table? Real shit or bullshit?
That sounds good. That's real. I'm gonna go to Diamond White, but I have one question for Marvin on the same thing Eden was saying. Have you seen an artist lose money for being too street? Have you encountered that?
I mean, me personally, no. But I mean, if you take it to 6ix9ine, for example, you know what I mean? He had to cancel shows, and people were showing up to shows to where he couldn't perform. So I mean, from a standpoint of that, yes. But really, I want to touch on the fact that it seems like everybody's honing into the fact that hip hop and streets are like directly correlated. I mean, if you think about it, we have people that live in the hood that move to the suburbs. People in the suburbs still get robbed. They still get their cars broken into. You know what I'm saying? Like, I feel like it's just a certain level. I feel like if you egg it on, you know what I'm saying? And if you really, push for that type of energy, you're just more susceptible to it. However, nobody at all in the world is like exempt from being robbed or from being shot or any of that. So it's just really the environment that you put yourself in. You can make yourself more susceptible to it. However, it's going to happen regardless. You can go to the grocery store right now and it could be a shooting. You could be in the nicest neighborhood and get robbed. You know what I'm saying? So people from the hood go to neighborhoods like that to rob people. You know what I'm saying? It's really just like you just got to be careful and be aware. Work with whoever you're gonna work with, and just keep yourself as safe as you can. That's all you can do. Get your gun license. You know what I'm saying? Just do the things to protect yourself, but just understand like how to move and just move accordingly. But at the end of the day, it's gonna happen regardless. If it's meant to happen, it's gonna happen. So do what you can, make your money in a small way.
Okay, sounds good. So let me go. I got you, Diamond White. We next on you. Damon keeps getting knocked off, so I do want to get some tidbits from you. In 2020, you seen Pac big. This over 10, 20, 30 years. What information do you have for us in 2020? Can you hear us, Damon?
I'm here. Y'all hear me?
Go ahead.
Can y'all hear me?
Yeah.
Can you hear me?
I can hear you right now.
What was the question? I didn't get the last question.
So I mean, so really just
Huh?
overall, it didn't start with right now. You know, you look at Pac and Big, 50 Cent, you know, things like that. Can we stop it, or is it a necessary evil?
Yeah. Do you remember back when Fat Pat died? When Fat Pat got murdered by Weasel? At his house going over money. So it's been going on, especially like in Houston. Remember Hawk when everybody was going crazy over Hawk got murdered?
Yeah.
So I mean, so it's been it doesn't even have to do with your rap because they never rapped about murder or anything like that. It's just kind of like the kid. It's like the game almost. It's like it always goes on. You know what I'm saying? So I don't like it now because now it's more about Instagram and everybody showing out for the Instagram. That'd be the main problem. People get offended by you showing them and tell them you're gonna do this. You pointing guns on your Instagram and your social media. So it's like you almost threatening them and daring them to get you now.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, of course they're gonna get you. If you always rapping about guns and you always have that perception, you know what I'm saying? Like Jay Prince said, the best thing. He said if you out there trying to get voted for the election, and then when the election come to you, you're gonna anything can happen.
You're gonna get elected. Yeah, that's good. So
Yeah.
you're saying that it's less of the actual music, but more of like the social media and how people are actually moving without the music.
Yeah, cause you telling them basically, I got my guns and I get you. You better leave me alone. You trying to be a gangster? You don't have to be a gangster in this rap. You Fresh Prince been rapping for 30-something years, more millionaire than anybody. He ain't had to put no guns. You don't have to go kill everybody to please everybody in this game. You do your rap and do you. You know what I'm saying? Kendrick
Hey, and
Lamar
I just wanted
doesn't do that. So
I want to chime in on that because I agree 100% with you. Like it's 2020, man, and the music industry is wide open. You can be whoever you want to be. You do not have to act like you a gangster if you're not one, man. That's the biggest thing. Like I see with people in the studio is just like, man, you like just because you like think you hear all this on the radio that's talking about this, being violent and everything. That's not everything that you hear anymore. Like hip hop is so big. Like I don't think I've ever heard Drake shoot anybody on a song. And he's the biggest rapper in the world. So it's like you can be whoever you want. You're not typecast to be like this certain kind of rapper. Like I've never seen B King wear a chain before. Like some of this stuff is not necessary anymore.
Okay, I keep letting Diamond White. I do want to go back to that question and too deep when he was on the line. I almost forgot the question. I just had it about 4 or 5 times, but no, that's what it was. And so you're kind of a little bit further off in your career. You've seen these things. So was there ever a time where you had to start taking counsel from people in the industry that knew instead of people that were probably didn't know as much but kind of help you get to the first step? When was that?
I think from the beginning, because I've always wanted to learn. You know what I mean? Like no matter where I'm at in my career, I'm always going to be trying to learn and get as much knowledge, as I can. But and Eden and Tootie were talking, I agreed 110% with them. A lot of times, when people don't have anything to lose, they just move differently. And so as an artist, where we mess up is because they want these entourages, like people want to feel validated. And they have to get to a point to where they look at validation like that shit is for parking. You don't need to be validated. So you have all these yes men around you, and you have a bunch of people that are not helping you with your career, and they're not telling you right from wrong, and they're not putting you in good positions. They have you out here fighting. They're egging you on to go and do all of this stuff that's not conducive to your career. And then when something happens, now everybody got a RIP t-shirt with your name on it. But let's just keep it real. As far as the labels are concerned, they are signing these artists because they know that it's a liability and an asset. Because, and what I mean by that is because they know that they probably aren't going to have longevity in this industry because they're fighting or they're killing or they're going to jail. But a lot of the heads at these labels, if I could be honest, they have stock invested in prisons. So they promote and push, music like that. And they get these artists, so they win either way. We're the ones losing because we're the ones losing our family and our friends and our loved ones and people that we respect and appreciate and admire and people that we met. But they win either way because when they die, they win. Some of these people are making more money after they died than they was making when they was alive.
And a lot of money going to the labels too, huh?
Absolutely. Absolutely. So the labels, they like, okay, well, kill them. Because I'm finna make money off this merch. I'm finna make money off they publishing. I'm finna make money. Because you got artists, there's people who did not even know certain people until after they died. And then after they died, it was like, okay, wait, who is this? And now everybody's looking and everybody's streaming and everybody in the label sitting back like, okay, who's the next artist?
Cheap. They got them for cheap, huh?
Yeah, it's a billion people want to do this. So they're like, okay, if you want to kill yourself and y'all want to go out here and be reckless, well, we want you either dead so we can make money or we want you in our prison so we can make money. So either way, we win. So go out here, be reckless, and we're going to sit back and keep collecting these checks. We have to get to a point so we're tired and we say, you know what? This isn't what I want to do. This isn't the life I want to live. I want to be here to raise my kids and take care of my family and spend this money that I'm working so hard for. All of this money I'm bragging about I done made. Now I want to be able to enjoy it. So now you have to start making better decisions. You can't, like, if you could talk about the life you live. See the difference between real gangster rappers. They talk about the life that they lived.
Yeah.
Yes. These niggas is out here like, I'm about to go pop me a nigga today. Why? Who are you mad at? Like, why did you get a deal? And why, like, life is supposed to be good for you right now. Why are you jeopardizing all of that on somebody who probably don't have a pot to piss in or a window to throw it out of? You don't have a couch or change to lose it in. Like, you're just out here just being super reckless when you don't have to be. You know what I mean? And it gets to a point to where not only do we have to start being more responsible, we have to start choosing the company that we keep more responsibly. So I absolutely agree with Eden. I agree with Tootie. Everybody that said everything, I agree with everything you guys are saying.
Okay, so
And just to add on to what,
so I kind of want to change tracks. I mean, we're kind of like at the 30-40 minute mark. And so we've identified a lot of problems. But the second part of this broadcast, Houston and Friends, I want to come back with some viable solutions. I know Killer D, we haven't spoke. And I think that's an even good thing. Like your name, you see what I'm saying? Killer D, but I listen to your music and it's really not Killer. You see what I'm saying? And so, like, what are some solutions that we can have, and some for real from a street view, not choose better friends, listen to your elders, but like for real, like starting today, something that artists can start to do that's manageable. Killer D, you can start it off and then everybody can.
Personally, I would honestly, my name didn't even end up coming like that. I ended up getting that from my cousin, man, and I was rapping with him. But I can speak on. I mean, as far as like the type of music, I just make enjoyable music, man. I don't try to bring any type of energy or vibes towards my way at all. Because I rap about what I've been through. Because I mean, I left Louisiana to get away from that street life, to get away from all the stuff I seen people do and everything. But I wouldn't honestly tell any artist to do anything, that's like that.
Okay. Cuz Too Deep, Eden, Marvin. What can we do?
In this day and age, I'd really just say, if you're real, you're real. So just let that shine. But you have to go about it in a certain manner where you're not just out there and loud with it. You know what I mean? Like real presence and confidence doesn't need to have a loud horn onto it. You don't want to be going out there like, yo, I'm packing this heat. This is what I'm doing. This is the weight I move. Like, you finna catch case. Like, that's just dumb. Outside of that, like, regardless, like, I forgot who it was who said that, but when it's your time, it's your time. If you're just in the wrong place, wrong time, right place, it doesn't really matter. God's gonna pull the trigger at the end of the day. But like, just watch how you carry yourself. Keep your head on a swivel. That's just when you're in the music or not in the music. So just be aware of your surroundings. Watch how you carry yourself. I mean, if you feel like you need to have security around or you don't have security around, you need to have heat on, then pack the heat on you, but think responsibly, like know how to carry yourself. And I can't stress that enough. Like, don't allow your anger to supersede your judgment in reality. Like, that's just really what it is. And if you're not really about that life, then don't spit about that life. Don't do anything about something you're really not with to get down.
Okay. Tupac and a lot of documentaries, everybody say, man, you listen to Brenda Had a Baby and you know what I'm saying, things like that. And he was more of a poet and he could change the world and everything. And he kind of got around some of the wrong people and wanted to live the whole thug life. And are we still seeing that? And is that wrong? And at what point is a rapper stop being an entertainer if that's what's profitable for him and his team? And at what point, okay, are you just being stupid for keeping it too real and not being this entertainer that the fans want to see? Because can you hear me? That was a tough question.
My bad. I
You
think I
on?
had it muted.
No, you on? You on?
Okay. So I think that yeah, to a point, rappers do have to separate like art from real life, and a lot of times it's 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 the life is excuse me, the life is what they're putting into the music. So there are instances where there are people that don't live the life that are putting that into the music. That's, in my opinion, you know, that's wrong. Um, but if this is the life you're really living, this is your day to day, I can't be mad at anybody for putting that onto a song because that's where the best music comes from, and that's what I think, in my opinion, every artist should do is make music, make real music. You know, so there's a authenticity to it. Like just speaking, for example, in my experience, a lot of the stuff that Mo3 was talking about in his music was real. Like he would take real life situations and put it into a song. And it was sometimes it was violent and but it was based off a real story. You know, like I've been in the studio with him where he'll like record a song and then he'll come back next weekend and be like, okay, we need to fix that other song because I got to take some of that out. Like that was too, I'm giving up too much on that because I don't want to get, me or my people in trouble. So it's like the stuff was that authentic. So it's like I can't be mad at him for putting his real life into the music. Now, when you got, these kids that have never been around any of this stuff and they're portraying it like that's their kind of lifestyle, that's where my issue is. Like, because there's got to be a separation. And if that's what it is, like if you're just doing it for entertainment, then that's how you need to carry it outside of the music, because that's where you get yourself in trouble.
Too Deep. Can you hear us?
Yes, I can.
What do you think?
First of all, I want to go back a little bit and say, I know we said the stuff about this. No, here's where you start. Where do you see yourself 50 years from now? What do you want to have accomplished? What do you want to be able to say about your life when you at that 50 year? I want to be able to say when you're 70. And from there, you make all of your decisions. Once you have a clear path of where you're trying to go, most of these dudes don't even have that. When you ask them what they're trying to do, shit, I'm trying to get on. What does that mean? You see what I'm saying? So determine, hey, I want to have X amount of millions. I want to be able to had done this for or in my community. I want to be on this kind of fitness level. I want to have this kind of wife. I want to have this kind of family. And from there, you start informing all your decisions. And yes, it is about how you keep your some of these rappers need to start dropping people they hang with today. So we can't negate that
Facts.
and say, hey, it ain't about like what company you keep. What can you tell a rapper right now? I can tell you right now, drop them niggas. Cause they gonna get you shot. And if you die, all that shit they talking, they gonna post your shit for one day, and then ain't nobody gonna be talking about you no more. So yeah, man, we cannot take it easy on these people. We can't take it easy and try to make excuses for them, because while we are co-signing the BS, we gonna be the same ones saying damn RP MG Santana, damn RP Peanut. And we gonna be the ones that gotta carry that weight, because we didn't wanna risk not sounding cool to the cool niggas. I don't give a fuck about sounding cool to them. I'd much rather you hate me and be alive then sound cool to you in a month from now you dead, because I could have told you something real and I didn't, because I was worried about what you was gonna think of me. And we gotta start defining for ourselves too what's real. Like, is real getting killed? Is real living a life that's fucked up on all angles? I've been asking 2 questions for this whole year and I ain't got a solid answer yet. And the one question I've been asking is, what has being in gang life benefited you? Because all I've ever seen
Oh
was
man.
loss. I ain't never seen nobody say, you know what, I got $10 million business working. Me and my family have a good relationship. Me and my wife is good. I'm at my peak in the gym. My spiritual, all because I'm a blood or a crip or a GD or a vice lord. I ain't never seen that. All I ever seen was loss. I've never
And
seen
tagging
nobody
into it.
win in that lifestyle. So with that being said, yeah, you got to look at this is what I did with my people and anytime I get ready to make a big jump, I do this every time. I sit my people down and I say, hey, this is where I'm trying to go. This is what I want to do. This is what I want to be. This is what I want to have. If you want to be a part of that, cool. If you don't want to be a part of that, I'm not mad at you, but it's going to shorten the amount of time I'm around you.
So you're saying you're not scared of losing friends or industry friends. It's about your vision. And maybe we need to speak more about vision. You see what I'm
Man,
saying?
I'm
And
all
knowing the
about doing
vision.
what God told me to do on this planet, fam. That comes before anybody. That comes before my daughter.
Facts.
And I love
All
my
right
daughter to
now.
death. That comes before my daughter. Whatever God tell me to do, if God say you not sleeping with no girl in my house, you not sleeping with no girl in my house. And I love you to death, but you not bringing that girl in here.
We
All
have
right.
I didn't even say this. Everybody on Instagram and Facebook, you all can comment live, and as you see right now, we have a comment up, and I want to see what can you all see this comment that's up?
And you're right
Yeah.
about that.
Okay, these activities happen across industries, not just rap.
Batista
What do you?
Bash, that shit is very true. That shit
I agree.
in the rock world and the heavy metal world, they have ambulances pull up to the show regularly. They already
Yeah.
know somebody's going to get hurt. I had this conversation with a debate with somebody with a white guy who was saying, "Well, y'all say stuff about killing niggers and this all the time. Why we can't do it and y'all can do it? Like, first of all, because you ain't us, famo." That's number one. Second of all, it's not like y'all
Facts.
shit is the best in the world, because if you look at I forget what the dude name is that used to be like really cold on the piano back in the Little Richard days. This dude had a party. Everybody was on drugs. They fell asleep. Then he pulled out a Tommy gun and shot up the whole building to wake
Wow,
everybody up. But you
wow,
don't hear them stories. All you hear is about us. That's the other thing too. Fake YouTube is paying motherfuckers to beef with each other.
yeah.
YouTube is paying these rappers to beef with each other.
Let's
That's
talk
why.
media real quick, because and so we got Post Magazine back in here, and we kind of tapped on responsibility of the media, just like rappers have their own responsibility for their brand and to uplift at some point in time. And let's really be real. Let's be 100%. obviously we both know if you beefing two people against each other and just post it, you'll get more clicks, which is more views, which is more money. At what point in time, or where does it stop? Do you stop? Hey, I made $20,000 off YouTube, and the person I was beefing against, they thought it was real, and they killed each other. And so where do we stop and draw the line? Where does ethics meet? You know what I'm saying? Money, and where does that stop?
The sad part about entertainment is that there is no application or vetting process. That's the worst thing about it, because it makes anybody who has a certain piece of equipment or a certain whatever think that they're supposed to be in this. So as it pertains to media, a lot of dudes grab a camera and a microphone one day, come up with a dope little logo and tagline, and all of a sudden they're media. Yesterday they were not media, today they're media. And the difference between yesterday and today is they have no fucking training at all. They are not thinking about the long term. They just happen to have a camera. So nobody's telling them, hey, maybe it's not a good idea to have these two dudes that have real street beef orchestrate or elaborate on their beef online. That's how you get people, and nobody's also training these dudes artist development wise to not say and do certain shit online. So you go on Vlad asks you these questions, or you go on Say Cheese, and Say Cheese asks you these questions, or Small Eyes asks you these questions, and you too dumb not to say. You nigga, Pee Wee Longway did one of the best interviews I ever seen on Vlad. Because Vlad came to him with all them, so I know you're a Crip, right? Oh no, I don't know what you're talking about, man. I just got friends. You know, that's how you supposed to answer them questions. Somebody bring you on talking about, hey, do you got beef with Mo3? Oh no, man, I love my city. I love Dallas. I ain't got a problem with nobody. That's how you supposed to answer them questions. And as media, you supposed to be thinking about that. There's a guy, Julio G in California, and he was talking about when Corrupt and Daz had beef with each other, and he's saying how he had Corrupt in the studio, and he said he could have came at Corrupt on some, hey, so I heard you and Daz got problems and this and that. Instead, he chose to say, hey man, what it's gonna take for you and Daz to squash y'all beef and this and that. He chose the right angle to go with his questioning, which brought and actually ended up being instrumental in killing a beef with each other. That's how
I agree. I agree.
Media
As
people
media,
need to be trained, bro. That's the long and short. The
well,
media
and
need
you
to be
say
trained how to be media.
Trained, and so like you said, anybody with an Instagram account is really media, and so it all about, you know what I'm saying, you can put two people's name. This is from me, right? And I'm gonna start doing YouTube tutorials. But if you put two people's name, you put Mo3 and Trap Boy Freddy name in a comment, it's gonna get views whether they're in the video or you singing a Christmas song. People are gonna click it, and so people are doing stuff for clicks. You see what I'm saying? But while you're doing that, if you got, like I said, everybody has to be responsible for the platform and what they putting out. Not to God when you get to heaven, but like right now, what do you want to do? Because you can get the same amount of clicks bringing people together, and I don't think people really understand or believe they can. You can get the same. You can
Thank
look at
you for
Broadcast
saying
Houston
that.
platform. Go ahead, Eden.
No, I mean, and that's so real, because I mean, that's just as a person in general. Like, I'm not knocking anybody's hustle. If that's what they want to do, that's fine. But in reality, it's like, are you a messy person? Which is those platforms that will do that for the negative. It's just negative publicity. Like, how do you want to be looked and recepted in society? Like, do you want to be looked at and blow up because you messy in other people's business and put other people's shit and beef out there? Or do you want to be known in a positive light for trying to squash the beef and uplift and do some other shit that's just completely out of the way? And I think that's the thing. Like, people just looking to get that quick buck. Oh, let me get that quick click. It's like, for what? Like, and that doesn't make any sense. So kudos to the ones who are viewing and watching, to who are somehow implicated in some mess, and you just don't respond to it, because it's not going to get you any farther. Like, just let the mess people be messy. And to me, like, media, that's what I tell people all the time. Like,
I definitely wanna talk to the people that are tapping in, and so we're gonna keep doing this. If the city keeps wanting this and y'all keep wanting to do this, so we have something. I guess this is another comment on top. I say that to point out that rappers should not be the heavy. This happens across entertainment, corporate, and politics. And I mean, there's gangsters everywhere, right? And you talking about Biden and Trump and everything like that. And he also said education and training is ideal, but there has to be a nurturing platform rather than a combative to receive it. What do you all think about those comments?
It's positivity. That's really in my light. That's just really what it is. Like you have to just uplift people. Sometimes people are placed in like not going spiritual biblical, but just being real. Like people who need help are not in the churches. Like that's not where it's at. People who need help or who need enlightenment,
Outside.
inspiration are outside of the churches, whether they're in the drug game, the clubs, and the hoe game, pimp game, you know, doing white corporate America type shit. Like everybody is everywhere, and you just got to be that light and show positivity. Be the role model. Like quit following around all these dump truck ass people who don't got shit going for themselves outside of making money off of somebody else's shit. Like it don't make
Ooh,
sense.
that's another discussion, Eden. That's another discussion.
Yeah.
Okay, we're 55 minutes in. I kind of want to get just a quick 2-minute wrap up from everybody about what we talked about. Any last words? Got everybody on the screen now. This is my first time
I'm gonna
doing
go
this.
ahead.
We're gonna start with Marvin, and we're gonna go all the way, and we'll end with Too Deep.
Yeah, I'm gonna go ahead because I gotta actually get off. But before I leave, I wanted to say, really, just everybody just need to protect themselves and just focus on themselves. You know, everybody entitled to their own opinion about what people should do, how they should move, who they should hang with, so on and so forth. But unless you're in that person's shoes or in their position, you know, we may not fully understand what they're going through. So just focus on yourself, do what you need to do, and just let go and let God. So
Appreciate you stopping by.
no problem, man. Y'all be
Sure,
safe.
for sure. One more time, let the people know where they can find you.
CEO supervision.
Right there on the screen. Appreciate you again, and big love
Always, man. Y'all be safe.
for sure. Diamond White, Diamond White. Any last words?
Yeah, I would just say that we just have to be more accountable for ourselves, and I would like to see the industry take a turn for more talent and less attention whores, because that's what a lot of it has gone to. A lot of stuff people are doing is because they're just attention whores. Like it used to be about music, it used to be about, the talent, and it no longer is. Like people are actually putting themselves in horrible situations for attention. You know what I mean? Even the females are putting themselves in horrible situations for attention. But that's another subject. So, I would just say everybody just start being more accountable for themselves and stay prayerful. Get a relationship with God. I feel like when you get a relationship with God, it disciplines you and you begin to move and act differently. And
Preach,
that
girl.
would help. Hey, boo. And so
Yeah,
that
not
would help
without
a
being too
lot.
religious. Yeah, just keep it real.
Yeah, but I'm just being honest. Like a lot of things that people do and don't do, when you really get a relationship with God, your whole mentality changes. You operate different, you move differently, you treat people differently, you act, I mean, your everything about you is just different. And I feel like that's where we live in a godless society right now, and I think that's the biggest problem, is because we are in a godless society. And until we start, you know, putting God back in life, you know what I mean? These problems are going to continue to escalate. That's how I look at it. But I mean, I love you guys, and you're all in my
Well said.
prayers. You can find me at I am Diamond White, and it's spelled out the same. Y'all connect with me, keep in touch, and I will do the same. Thank you
Big
for
love.
having me, Donnell.
Appreciate
Thank
you.
you.
Appreciate you. Saturday, you know what I'm saying? Will never be the same. Diamond White, everybody.
Thank
We
you.
definitely gonna connect. Big cuz.
What up, cuz?
Yeah. What's the deal, Diamond? You know, man, I would just say, as an art, excuse me, to any artist watching, be you. You don't have to be anybody you don't want to be in this music industry. Like it's so wide open. Like you can really be the guy that plays 2K. Like you can really be that guy as a rapper. Like, and it's okay. You'll find the lane, and people will gravitate toward it because hey, I play 2K too. You know, if you're really good at it, and people will gravitate toward it. So that's what I would say. Is just be you in whatever it is you do. You can find me on IG. I'm Big Cuz Beats on everything.
BIGG.
Twitter, Clubhouse,
Oh,
all that.
we didn't say anything about Ken the Man. I definitely want to talk about your work with Ken the Man and just real quick how she's moving and how that's being successful for her.
So just for example, when we go to a show, we make sure we got security to meet her when she pulls up. They're gonna walk her through the club to a section. They're gonna be there in section the whole time. They're gonna walk out the club, back out to the car to make sure she get out. Like that's how we move every time. And it's so crazy because I work with male rappers and they don't do none of that. They pull up,
Stick on them. They got to stick on them. They don't need security.
and they walk in the club. Yeah, and it's like, dude, it's got to be different in my opinion on that. Because you don't want to put your friends, your family in a situation because something happened at the club when there's a guy at the club will pay for to make sure that if something happens, it's okay. You're not worried about it and all your people go home safe. So like, in my opinion, it just makes so much more sense to do that. And just as somebody behind the scenes, for the other producers and video people and everybody. I work with a bunch of female rappers. I've never had a situation happen. That's definitely my cheat code, staying safe in the rap game.
Are you saying if you're a producer and work with the females, you'd be a lot safer? For sure. Appreciate you coming through, Big
Man,
Cuz,
it works out it's so much easier.
1,000.
Man, thanks for having me, man. Shout out to you for putting this
females,
together.
all they do is talk about twerking and sucking dick. You know what?
Not all of them.
We're gonna do another one. Y'all get with me. Let us know what y'all want to talk about
because
next.
you are an example of a female artist that doesn't talk about that stuff. So
yeah, I feel like I'm so alone
it's definitely out there.
That's why it's safer for females because they don't do nothing but twerk and suck dick. But where's my mute button? Where the hell? Let me get back on mute.
We're gonna talk about that next time.
But, okay.
Maybe get Troublesome. Troublesome was supposed to get on here with us, man. She'll get in next time. Killer D, we gonna get you last two, D, because we know you got a sermon, you got closed 3 times. So Killer D, last words.
My bad, man. I was trying to laugh it down.
You're being entertained, huh?
Oh man. I just want to say RP Santana, man. I've been knowing Tanner since like 2009. We first linked up in 2015-16. We had a first single called "Don't Be Afraid" Work remix, and like every single time he'll hit me up literally, "Hey D, where you at? Pull up. No, I got this going on." He always had me in the mix with him, so I was pretty much up under his wing. And the last time I seen him, we was together doing the whole weekend of the incident, and we just sat in the car, just chopped it up because he haven't seen me on the scene, so he was worried, like, everything all right with you. Long story short, he told me like, "Hey man, stay out the way and just keep grinding, keep grinding, keep grinding." After that, that's when everything hit, and I'm just like, "What happened?" I didn't even know he had a even beef going on, because that's not like, that's not night talent. He's just, moving around, just, keep putting music out and stuff. So stuff is just crazy, man. We got like buku memories, man. It's just crazy.
If you had to tell Santana something right now, if he was here right now, what would you tell him?
I'm gonna keep his name alive, man. I mean, I currently performed his verse at the Loud Fest. To keep his name alive, man. I always told him that I'm gonna keep grinding and keep pushing for him, man.
That's what's up. That's real heartfelt words, man. What song was that, by the way?
Don't Be Afraid Work remix.
Okay, that's what's up. That's what's up. Appreciate you taking time out on a Saturday, man. Y'all could have been anywhere. Miss Eden, last words.
Growth is discipline and discipline is growth. That's in all aspects: entertainment, spirituality, individuality, career choices you make. Like literally, discipline is growth. And if you are not able to discipline yourself in any area, of just individuality, then you're not going to grow in anything that you do.
Absolutely.
So like in order to check yourself, to make sure that you doing what you need to do, like have discipline. Because a lot of people out here like, oh, that's just how I am. People just understand that that's how I speak. No, motherfucker, like discipline yourself. Like have discipline. Like I cannot emphasize that enough. But anyways, Eden is Paradise, aka Eden's James, CEO of the Star Lineup. Make sure y'all follow me on all my social media platforms. EDENIZ Paradise.
Well said. I like to keep y'all set the bar for keeping it real. You see what I'm saying? Like everybody kept it real today. Post Magazine, last words.
Basically, I'm kind of deteriorate. I mean, following up on everybody, man. If you just be yourself, man. You know what I'm saying? Like it's cool to be this you. You know what I'm saying? Like you don't have to be nobody that you don't want to be, man. You know what I'm saying? At the end of the day, because you got to look at the first thing you do when you look up in the, you wake up, you look at yourself in the mirror, and you go to bed looking yourself in the mirror. So if you can't live with them decisions when you look at yourself in the mirror, then that's not you. And so it also comes with, I mean, our environment. You know what I'm saying? Things around us raised though, but you can't keep using that noise as an excuse because I come from that same cloth and I still made it, bro. Like I'm still here. You know what I'm saying? So we can't keep using that. And I mean, I know I do a lot of things behind the scenes, like squash a lot of beef. I don't put a lot of things on Instagram as far as posting pictures and stuff because that's not me. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm concerned about when I meet him. You know what I'm saying? And I had to answer for that though. You know what I'm saying? My reward come from something like that though, and you know what I'm saying in the next life. But a lot of people don't. It's not in tune with that. Like they say, spirituality is not being taught, and if it is being taught, it's being taught with something else, a different message. Um, we got, like you said, we got to get back to real music. The messages behind it. People got to know that they're accountable for that. But I mean, it's people just here for a dollar. If you look at Instagram right now, everything's a party. Everything is going on. They catching flights, not feelings, things like that though. So if you believe that, you would think everything is all right in this world. Nothing's going on. There's no drama. There's nothing going on. Like all they talk about is COVID. You would have thought all of the other diseases is cured right now. But COVID is going on. You know what I'm saying? So I mean, you just got to do what's right for you at the end of the day. And if you need help, I mean, it's avenues and people to tap into it. Those that's taking responsibility for their actions, man, I salute y'all, man. You know what I'm saying? And those that's not doing that, I mean, it'll hit you. You know what I'm saying? It'll come back around. It'll hit you not in this life, but it might hit somebody that you know, though. So we all gonna be held accountable for our actions, though. You know what I'm saying? And that's why I'm at with it. My name Khalid Rashid, Poster Magazine. That's where you find me at, man.
For sure. Good words, good words. And last but definitely not least, all right, DJ Too Deep. You know what I'm saying? Don't take us through the 2 hour mark, but you know what I'm saying? Go ahead
Man,
and
why
give
you
us
always
something.
gotta preface me like that, fam? Like,
Hey, we about to put the honors out. We're gonna put the honors out, and this the only guy that went up and did a speech for every category. You know everybody. You know what I'm saying? Anybody not
yeah.
come, he got a speech for you. He the new Kanye of Houston.
Hey, man. So first of all, let me do the background on that. That happened because my people that were supposed to be there wasn't there, and they asked me to accept the
Yes,
awards
I
on
know,
their
I know, I
behalf.
know. I was playing
So,
with you. I was playing
so
with you.
yeah. I get it. But it's other people watching this gonna be like, God damn, what is he talking about? So I gotta make sure people understand, man. My people wasn't there to get the award. They asked me to get the award. I said what I thought they would have said on the microphone. The first thing I said came out of somebody disrespecting the North Side that wasn't even from Houston. And you ain't finna do that on my watch in no day on no way. So that's where that came from.
Hey,
So
shout out to putting on the North too, man.
yeah, you can't shit on the North even if you from Houston, but especially if you just moved here. I'm not gonna let you do it. That's just me. But let's get outside of that. As far as all this subject that we've been talking on, a lot of people touched on a lot of deep points. The main thing that I would probably say out of everything that I've said is think about what the you 50 years from now would want to be and start planning the rest of your life in that way.
Yeah.
Wherever you say you want to be 50 years from now, start planning like that. That means the people you be around, the media that you absorb. Like me, honestly, I don't listen to that much music no more. I'm always listening to books now. I'm on Bob Proctor. I'm on Eric Thomas. I'm on Tony Robbins. I'm on that. So anybody that ain't trying to be on that, to each his own. But it's only so much time I can be around you if you ain't on that.
I've heard that.
And so once you know where you want to be 50 years from now, that's going to determine your daily decisions. That's going to determine what you do 10 years from now, 5 years from now, 1 year from now, 1 week from now. And if you start you start weighing all of your decisions on your 50-year mark, you're going to start making better decisions by default. Because I know regardless of all these dudes, whether it's NBA YoungBoy, King Von, or anybody else, I'm pretty sure if you ask them where they want to be 50 years from now, none of them said, I want to be dead in 3 years.
Yeah.
None of them say, I want to be doing a football number in jail. So if you think about it like that and start weighing your decisions on that and the people you be around on that, you're going to start making better decisions by default. And as OGs, we got to start jumping out the motherfucking car and talking to these young dudes, though. We can't be afraid of these dudes. We used to be them.
Mm-hmm.
So we can't be afraid of them. And they need that guidance. A lot of them ain't got no daddies. A lot of them, the rap raised them. That you can tell the rap raised them because when you ask them a question, they answer it with a rap verse. Nigga, why is you gangbanging and you got $1 million? Shit, I gotta be a G to the day I die.
Yeah.
So we know they ain't got no guidance, and we need to, and don't be afraid to. And I would say if you're gonna try to mentor any of these young dudes for the first 3 months talking to them, just listen, bro. Don't even tell them, well, you need to do this. Well, y'all young niggas, this. The problem with y'all is just listen. You'd be surprised how much leeway you gain with these young dudes by just listening because nobody listens to them. A lot of what you see them doing is based off nobody listens to them. If I don't pull out a gun, y'all can't hear me.
Yeah.
So that's the things I would say. Think about where you want to be 50 years from now, and OG's got to jump out the goddamn car and start talking to these young dudes. I'm a mentor for a lot of people, and anybody that need a mentor, whether you watching this or whatever, I ain't got no problem mentoring you because I don't want to see you end up on a t-shirt. RIP to EMG Santana. I used to rock with that dude super heavy. He stayed coming to hood night. And I ended up on channel 26 talking to Isaiah Carey about the whole shit, man. But that's not a rule. We don't have to end that way. We don't have to. It's a choice. And you can make a different decision. You can be living that shit your whole life and today go in another direction.
All right.
Where can they find you at? Where can they find you if they need to connect with you?
DJ IIDEEP on everything. I just got on Clubhouse. I'm on Instagram. I'm on Facebook. I'm on Twitter. I'm on TikTok. I'm on MySpace. I'm on Christian Mingle. I'm on Black People Meet. I'm on Black Planet. I'm on all that shit.
Plenty of fish.
DJ IIDEEP on everything.
And not everything, man.
Yeah.
Okay.
Hey man, it's always a good time. Virtually.
My phone number is 832-428-8566. If you can't get me on none of that other shit, you can hit my phone. It's been the same number since Prime Code. I ain't changing because I keep it real. I ain't never got to change my number.
I hear you.
This is Broadcast Houston and Friends. Okay, we have a good time all the time. Just imagine when COVID recedes, we're gonna do this in a public place. Corona free. Again, appreciate each one of y'all taking y'all Saturdays out. Be safe out there. You see what I'm saying, man? I think we'll be able to watch this later. I think once all the encoding and everything happens, y'all stay in tune with me. We're definitely going to do this again. Probably tune in next Saturday at 1 p.m. We're going to have another topic and some more people. Who knows? Might have some performances. Who knows? But this is Broadcast Houston and Friends. We signing out. Follow us everywhere on Broadcast Houston. Oh, yeah. And thank you for everybody that tuned in and everybody that commented. And next time, if you are watching live, you can go to Facebook and YouTube and you can comment live and we'll flash a comment on the screen and we'll talk about it. This is Broadcast Houston. Thank you, everybody.
Thank you, guys.
Okay, all right. Already.
Welcome to Broadcast Houston. We are the premier festival, concert, and live event YouTube channel. If you are a lover of music, sports, or the arts, we would love to have you as a subscriber. Drop us a line and let us know which artist or event you would love to see next.